Hello my dear students, welcome once again in the science lecture. I hope you are waiting eagerly for this science lecture. Why? Now you will say that why sir we might be waiting for the science lecture? Because you know that we have started new chapter, the sun, moon and stars, chapter 13, and for which we have already started understanding the chapter. I have started explanation part and I have started enhancing your knowledge for the sun, moon and stars, and many of you might be excited for gathering the information, different types of information regarding the sun, moon and stars other than what knowledge you already have. So welcome once again dear students in the science lecture. This is Rohan sir from Mahdi English Medium School. I was waiting for this lecture, for sending this lecture to you so that you will be able to just continue and just understand the remaining part of the chapter. Now, my dear students, before starting anything further, I have brought a beautiful thought for you. Actually, this thought is given by Bhojani Sayyada from Standard 3rd. One beautiful thought she has given: don't stop when you are tired. Stop when you are done. So when you are just done with what you do, when your work is done. Now, stop when you done means what? That does not mean that you are tired. That does not mean that you are fed up. Only you should stop doing the thing when you are successful in that thing. This is what this thought means. She simply means to say that you should never give up, never surrender. Once if you have taken that work, you should only stop doing that work once you are successful in that work completely. This is what the thought she has given. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to continue with this chapter explanation, the sun, moon and star, chapter number 13. So, my dear students, I hope that you are ready with your textbook. Even in the previous lecture, when we ended up for the first part, I told you that from page number 130 we will continue. So, now I am going to display the textbook for the students who are not having the textbook. They will be able to read the content from the screen. I hope that you all are ready now with your books. At least for those who are having the textbook, they are ready with the textbook, pencils and their brain, eyes, ears, everything open. So let's get started. Let us continue. Let us understand the concept further with the different topic. Students, this is your textbook, chapter number 13, the sun, moon and stars. And I hope that this chapter is open now in your hand. Your textbook is there in your hand, your pencil is there, your eyes are here, you are trying to understand each and everything. So let's get started. Students, this warm-up exercise was done in the previous lecture. Not only that, but also this page with the topic the sun and the solar system, the overall topic, this topic was over, in which we also read these 3 points, the fact file, in which one point was, I am damn sure, was very new for you. Also, I hope that now you know the reason why Pluto was removed from the family of this Milky Way and is now not considered as the 9th planet. So till here we have done not only that, but also we saw this picture. I even displayed the different pictures for the solar system, our Milky Way. Even now you know that not only our Milky Way, but millions of other galaxies are there, millions of other planets are there, and you do not know where and who stays there. You do not know whether aliens are there or not. You don't even know what is going on in the Jupiter, because you cannot reach there. Every single thing was discussed in the previous lecture. So this was just an overview. Now, as we have completed understanding totally the concept which is on page number 129, let's move towards the next page 130. Hello students, have you opened this page? I hope that you are ready with this page number 130, where the first interesting topic is moon. Now I don't have to ask you this simple question that students, do you know what moon is? Obviously you do know what moon is. In this full lockdown we have done nothing but eat, sleep, stare at moon and then go to sleep. Isn't it so? Jokes apart, I know that you know what is moon. Moon is our satellite, right? You have seen the moon, you watch the moon daily, but sometimes you cannot watch the moon. When, how, what? Sir, what are you talking about? Let us understand, let us read and understand to understand this concept precisely. I hope your eyes and concentration is now here on the screen. Moon. The moon is our closest neighbor in the sky. Just as the earth moves around the sun, the moon moves around the earth. The moon is also called the earth's satellite. So moon is also called earth's satellite. And moon is closest, nearest neighbor of our earth. Now, I want to show you few interesting pictures before we move towards the further topics. So, get ready to see the pictures. Students, can you see this picture? I hope you can see it, obviously. So, this is a picture taken of earth and moon from the space. This is how the moon looks like and the earth looks like from the far distance. So how interesting is to see. This is our earth and the nearest neighbor, this is our satellite, moon. Wow, so beautiful the moon is. It is shining, right? But moon does not have its own light. Anyways, we are going to study that in detail. Let me show you another picture. So students, here in this picture where my cursor is moving, you can see that this is the surface of moon. And from the surface of the moon, when you stand on the moon, you will be able to see earth somewhat like this. Now you are on the surface of the earth and at night you see the moon, which looks like this. But when you go to the moon and when you see the earth looks like this. How beautiful our planet earth looks. Isn't it so? And here are the stars in the background, the white dots you can see. These are the stars, are very, very far. Now you can see here in this picture, the distance in the kilometer approximately is given. How far is the moon from the earth? Moon is approximately these many kilometers away from the earth. So you can say 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth, and still it is the nearest neighbor in the entire space for the earth. Generally the neighbor, the term we use, the neighbor, the thing which is very near to us, the person, people living near us or next to us. But this neighbor is 3,84,400 kilometers away. Still it is a neighbor. Isn't it interesting to see these things for the first time? Okay, let us read few more topics and the definitions. A satellite is an object that moves around a planet. Now, like I said that the moon is also called Earth's satellite. Moon is Earth's satellite. Now you will say, sir, we know what is moon, sir, we know what is earth, but what is satellite? So that is what it is given here. that the satellite is any object which moves around that planet. Like our earth revolves around the sun, moon moves around the earth. So when moon is the object which moves around the planet earth, that is why it is known as the satellite of earth, because it moves around the earth. Like our earth, other planets also have satellites. So it is not that only our earth has satellites. Other planets also have the satellites. More than one, more than 3 satellites are also there for the single planet. Pictures of the moon show that it has mountains. There are also huge holes on the moon. These holes are called craters. You can see here the picture of craters are given. That means the hole on the moon, how it looks like. Even the moon has the mountain, means obviously the surface of the moon is not at all flat. It is full of mountains and craters. Let me show you one more picture. Students, this is the original picture I have taken from the internet to show you exactly how the craters, the holes on the surface of the moon looks like if you just take the picture very near from the space. So these are the pictures we can see which are available on the internet. You can go on the internet, you can observe few more pictures from the different angles. So see how craters looks like. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the pictures, different pictures. Now let us read. The moon does not have light of its own. See, like I said, it reflects the light of the sun. So actually when you see the bright moon in the sky, that does not mean that moon itself is a luminous object. It is non-luminous, because the light which we can see during the night time, even the moon is shining during the night time. Why? Because it is just the reflection from the surface of the moon of the sunlight. Like in the daytime, sunlight falls on the earth's surface. During the night time, sunlight is not there in the certain part of the earth, but it is there on the moon. So I hope this much concept is very clear now in your mind. Now let us read a fact file before we go any further into the topic. In 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to land and walk on the moon. His footprints on the moon will stay there forever. Why? Because there is no air or water to blow them off. How can the footprints vanish? Neither there is an air nor the water. How can that footprints blow off? It will never blow off. It will be always there on the moon. That is different thing. We people cannot go on the moon. So Neil Armstrong, scientist, or we should say Sir Neil Armstrong, was the first human being who landed on the moon. This is what is said. So let me show you one picture of the Neil Armstrong and the picture of the Neil Armstrong when he was on the moon. Yes, the real picture. Now I am going to show you the real picture, which will really amaze you. So let us see the real picture of Neil Armstrong. So students, see, this is the picture, original picture of Sir Neil Armstrong, who for the first time landed on the moon, was the first human being to land on the moon. And unfortunately, he was not able to land back on the earth successfully because of the crash of the spaceship. Now this is the picture of Sir Neil Armstrong, the same person you saw here on the right hand side. So on the left hand side you can see this is the picture of Neil Armstrong, and he exactly now is standing on the surface of the moon. This is the surface of the moon. So where he kept his foot, these footprints will never vanish. it is what was written here. You can see how he has achieved this big achievement he had. And isn't it interesting that our human beings and the technologies have enhanced so much that we can do these many things. And this is not the news of today or yesterday. In 1969, Neil Armstrong landed. That means even before my birth, right? So how good it is to know that human beings and the technologies are so much enhanced, we can even reach to moon. Now let us move towards the next topic, phases of the moon. Now what are the phases of the moon? You can see that in the picture different types of moon we can see. Sometimes we cannot see the moon, sometimes we can see the moon like this, sometimes we can see the moon like this. So these are the phases. Not all the time we can see full moon, not all the time the moon is hidden. The shape and the size changes. So the shape of the moon seems to change every night. Yes, it seems like. If there is not a big change, but at least you can see the minor change every night. The different shapes of the moon are called the phases of the moon. So you can see different shapes of moon here in the picture. So these are the phases of the moon. As the moon rotates around the earth, different parts of the moon can be seen from the earth. This is the reason for the phases of the moon. So obviously earth is rotating and revolving. It is moving around the sun, and at the same time moon also rotates. So not all the time we can see the same shape or the size of the moon. But that does not mean that moon, sometimes when you see this type of moon you say, oh, this is small moon. No, moon is same like this. It is the same satellite. It does not change its original shape in the space. It is just that it appears in different way to us. And that appearance in the different way is known as the phases of the moon. Now when you see this type of moon, never say that today moon is small. It is always like as it is, but it appears in the different way because it is also making the motion. It is also moving around the earth. So a beautiful picture you can see, new moon, you can see crescent, half moon you can see, full moon day. So these all things you can see in the picture. The moon changes from a new moon, which can hardly be seen, to the full moon, and then back to the new moon in about 29 days. So this change takes place in around 1 month. Every month you can see, you can observe this. Let's move towards the next page. Here one short exercise is given. Let us solve it. Students, actually this exercise is very easy. So let us solve it. Circle the odd one out in each of the following. Now those who are watching my all the lectures, those who are regular students, they know that this type of exercises are there in all the chapters. So they might not feel solving this is tough. Others might feel it is tough, but actually it is not tough at all. You have to just circle the odd one. The word, the object which does not match in the list, you have to just circle them. So let us solve this. Number 1, full moon, half moon, Uranus, crescent. So which is the odd one here? Full moon, it is one of the phases of the moon. Half moon, again it is one of the phases of the moon. Uranus is a planet, crescent, again it is one of the phases of the moon. So here obviously Uranus is the odd one. Why? Because all the other are the phases, whereas Uranus is the different planet. Number 2, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Earth. Mercury is the planet, okay. Saturn is a planet, Sun is a star, Earth is a planet. So which one is the odd one? Which one is the odd one? I hope you got it. Sun is the odd one. Why Sun is the odd one? Because here again the remaining 3 are the planets and Sun is the biggest star of our Milky Way. Number 3, star, moon, crater, satellite. Star is the member of our Milky Way, moon is again the member of our Milky Way, crater are the holes, big holes on the surface of the moon. Satellite, again satellite is a part of Milky Way only because every planet has their satellites or satellite. So 1, 2 and this one 3, these 3 are the member of our solar system, our galaxy, whereas crater is the hole on the moon. So that is the odd one. I hope you too were solving it. Okay, let us solve true or false. Moon is our closest star. Is it so? Okay, I will start the countdown. Write whether it is true or false. Moon is our closest star. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So what do you think, students? Is this statement true or is it false? See, this much is right. Moon is our closest. Now when they say star, you have to think twice. You don't make the hasty decisions. Moon is the closest neighbor. It is a satellite. It is not a star. It is non-luminous object. You need to remember that. It reflects the light of the sun. It does not have the light of its own. So this statement therefore is the false statement. I hope you have written the same answer. If not, I hope you understood the reason why the statement is false. Number 2, the sun revolves around the moon. Okay, the sun revolves around the moon. So is it like that our earth revolves around the sun and our moon revolves around the earth and again sun revolves around the moon? So if you have read and have understood the previous topic, you will get the correct answer. Your time starts now. Try to guess the correct answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What is the correct answer? False. Why false? Obviously sun does not revolve around the moon. Sun has its own orbit. Number 3, Saturn is the lightest planet. I already have explained you this thing in the previous lecture. So your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So students, what according to you should be this statement? True or false? Saturn is the lightest planet. Let me first write the answer and just check your answer. This statement is true. Why? Let me show you the evidence. So students, here you can see in this fact file it was clearly written that Saturn is the lightest planet. If there was a bathtub large enough to deep Saturn, it would float on the water also. So obviously here we can clearly see that this fact file shows us that Saturn is the lightest in the weight. That means not heavy, opposite of heavy. So I hope that you have written the same answers when you got the time to guess the answer and solve it. And I hope that you have solved all these 6 questions, main 2 questions. So now it's time for you to see another interesting picture, which will be the last picture for the day. Students, isn't this interesting picture? What is this picture of? Relative size of Earth. Okay, you can see here Earth is written, so this is our Earth. But what is this? Yes, this is Sun. Just look at the difference, the size difference between the Sun and the Earth. Even the fire flames coming out from the Sun is 10 times bigger than that the size of the Earth. So just imagine when the Earth, even if the one flame of the Sun will touch to our Earth will not even survive for fractions of seconds. I would say not even for the microseconds. On the spot it will be destroyed. This picture shows not even the half of the picture of the Sun, but the full picture of Earth, which looks a speck, a tiny speck. Even if the half of the picture of Sun is not covered, still it is so big from the Earth. Isn't it very interesting to look at this picture? This picture really made me spellbound. That is why I decided to show you this picture. So this was the picture of the day actually, which I wanted to show you. So I hope throughout the chapter you were listening to me, you were understanding the topics clearly, and now you will be ready with your books, page number 131 for the next lecture as well. So our lecture for today ends here. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Goodbye.